leverage machine learning to become better crypto investors. Our in-depth analysis helps eliminate the emotions of investing, find profitable investment opportunities, and filters out scams. Learn more at tokenmetrics.com.
Hi, we are live. Welcome to the market update brought to you by tokenmetrics.com. Nick, hi, first on the stream. I'm your host, Bill Noble, and we are going to go through the market update. We want you to stay here because I have done a massive deep dive into Metaverse, ironically, using tokenmetrics.com. Yes, I am going to show you how to make money in crypto. Mindy, hi. Hi, guys. Santa, Griffiths. I am going to show you how to make money in crypto. Because guess what, folks? Alt season is on. Bitcoin may not move much for the rest of this year. Okay? Sand or mana and more. All right? So, with everybody coming on the stream, I wanted to take a brief moment to thank everybody for checking us out and obviously like and subscribe. Why? Well, because you help us, we help you. So hit that like button. Subscribe. Why? Because we may be changing the time on this to earlier in the day, and you want to make sure you get notifications. And as the metaverse continue to take off, my producer doesn't notice yet, but we may start doing pop-up live streams. So when the metaverse is moving, it may move so much, we're not going to sit around and wait for a stream. We're going to just get on live. Now, you want to subscribe to our channel because we are going to get you involved in this alt season and whatever money there is to be made between now and either the end of December or the end of March. We want to make sure you get that money. So if you need a roadmap in crypto and you need to make money in crypto, stay with Token Metrics on YouTube and consider tokenmetrics.com. All right, folks, here we go. This is your market update. Today is my birthday. I am 52 years old, or as my father used to say, 52 years in the big time. And today, for my birthday, it's very convenient. I am going to get birthday bold. What does that mean? Once upon a time, I used to work at Goldman Sachs. And now I'm going to put that to work for you. Because the number one thing I learned at Goldman Sachs is that trends last longer than you think. And the guys, the analysts, the traders who ride those trends, and they ride them when it's down, they're bullish. When it's up, they're pounding the table. Okay? Bullish, bullish, bullish in an uptrend. Now, recently, what have we seen? Let's start by looking at Galaxy Digital. What has just happened? Classic bull market behavior. Galaxy goes from 23 to 40 something. Okay? I go, okay, that's enough for now. Then it falls hard back to 35. So think about it. What's a bull market do? It ramps up, then it corrects, washes everybody out, gets everybody bearish, talking about the bear market, cycle over, okay, et cetera, et cetera. Then it turns around, it takes off, and the outperforming sector, Metaverse, which never really dipped to begin with, takes off, bringing you to bull market sort of pain point number 3, is that everybody goes, oh, I missed it. Oh, I'm giving up. Oh, it's too high. I can't buy it. No, people. Birthday bold. So let's start with Galaxy. Again, up, okay, sort of correction. And while it's still down, it's now time for another part of bull markets, which is to use your imagination. Okay? So Galaxy, crypto hedge fund, run by, kind of my older crypto cousin, Mike Novogratz, ex-Goldman, right? A major player. Huge Bitcoin, ETH positions, massive investments, Candy Digital, okay? And no doubt raising funds via the news for NFTs and gaming. Why bring this up? Well, Galaxy could go from 37 to 48. If you look at this technical structure, which you're going to see all day, all week, all month, until it doesn't work anymore. I'm just going to ride these type of technical structures. The bottom line is Galaxy 120 by March. Okay. So if a stock is going to 4x, or I should say could 4x, not investment advice. What is the rest of this market going to do? So if it's up 20%, is it too high? Did you miss it? Yeah, maybe the easy money got made and you missed that, but that doesn't mean you've missed the trend. Okay, speaking of the trend, let's talk trend restart. Let's talk about everybody puking ETH, okay, most likely because of fears on crypto tax regulation. Just a brief reminder on ETH. It's a cryptocurrency. It's the currency of culture. It's the currencies of NFTs, which are going into the metaverse. Supply is shrinking. There's $5 trillion on the sidelines sitting in money market funds, according to major investment banks. Where is all that money going? Web 2.0 or Web 3.0? Now, I'm not excited about ETH-based DeFi, but that doesn't mean I'm still excited about ETH. As a matter of fact, whatever value there is to be captured on the Ethereum network isn't going to be captured by, say, the Uniswaps of the world. It's going to be captured by ETH. So as my colleague Forrest said, when in doubt, buy spot ETH. Or when in doubt, hold spot ETH, not investment advice. I mean, this was at 4,900 and now it's back at 4,200. That was a key support point, and now it's climbing back above it. Now, on the more speculative side, Dash. For once, I'm going to talk about Dash when it's down versus trying to pump it when it's up. Because the last thing I said about Dash, I believe this was pre-daily market update live stream, was don't pay up in Dash above 265, wait for the breakout. But now that they've wasted this thing, right? And I think there's an idea that there's room for something else other than Bitcoin. There's a digital cash solution out there. There's got to be a little brother to big brother. It could be Dash. Now, Dash was at 225, and now it's at 186. It's like you walked into the store and it's been marked down 20%. So a big theme that me and Forrest have been talking about, particularly Forrest, is that if you have a 1 to 3 month time horizon, or a 1 to 3 week, or a 1 to 3 day, this correction is giving you a unique opportunity to be birthday bold, get involved, and use stops below the recent low versus having to worry about buying it up 20%. And we'll get to how to do that later. Total crypto market cap to pound the table hit support at 2.6 trillion and can probably add another trillion at 3.7. How do I think that's going to transpire? Well, I think it's going to start with ETH. Okay, that's on. And we've been talking about that since, 2019. Seriously. So ETH, Avalanche, and then all of the metaverse coins are going to push into the top 20 or into the top 10. Like, seriously. The metaverse, like NFTs, how they massively appreciated in price. You know, how ETH rocks went for $2 million. That process from the NFT universe is going to pervade in the metaverse and certain layer ones. Okay. And I don't think anyone understands that the metaverse is something that no one understands. So when you look at total crypto market cap and you ask yourself, how are we going to add a full trillion to the market cap? Consider this. I read something by a relatively left-leaning but reputable news organization, NPR. And they were talking about the metaverse and Facebook. And the reporter is asking, like, the chief metaverse officer of Facebook, they're like, I don't really understand the metaverse. Can you explain it to me? And he's like, yeah, it's like it's like being in a giant video game. But we all know, okay, that it's way more than that. They're going to be advertising, e-commerce. You're going to live there. You're going to work there. We get that. Everyone else doesn't. So what does that remind me of? What does that remind you of? Well, once upon a time in 2017, Bitcoin was the big mystery. Okay. Crypto people knew what it was. Whales were ramping it. Okay. And the general public was like, I don't get it. I don't understand. It's not backed by a government. And now it's like it's inside of an ETF. Flash forward. What's the new thing that people don't understand? The metaverse. Why is that important? Well, because it can go up so high that people will figure it out, especially with Facebook involved. The higher it goes, the more people will be incentivized to learn what it is. Okay? The less the general public understands it, the higher it can go. I remember Kusama at 20. I remember Oh Hey Maddie talking about, allocating money to DeFi way back when. Way back when. Why? Because he understood it. Because he was tech savvy. You listening to this stream are a tech savvy person. And we're going to use tokenmetrics.com. Like, I'm not kidding. I spent all day yesterday and all day today on tokenmetrics.com. This is not a shill. I sat down at this desk and I looked at this chart and I said, how are we going to add 1 trillion in market cap? And then I said, oh my God, I'm going to every metaverse coin that trades on KuCoin and Binance, and I'm going to chart it. Now, with that rant done, because that's just a preliminary rant, I've got altcoin overtime for anybody who watches the stream. And I've got basically, 24 metaverse coins along with the screenshots from tokenmetrics.com, where you can get a very affordable solution. So you can do this yourself because you're going to need to track this every day. I will, of course, help you. But the faster you get to the information, the better you be. Now, speaking of fast, total crypto market cap excluding Bitcoin. This is our chart where we said trends are 45 days, corrections are 9 to 10, November 21st, expect a bottom, and then a massive parabolic higher. Cool. Seems like the correction ended a couple days early. Excellent. Nobody wants a Friday or Saturday shit show, especially on my birthday weekend. Right? As if the crypto market's revolving itself around my birthday. Oh, I wish. Okay. One day we'll get that big, folks, and you'll say you were here first. In any case, total crypto market cap has a shot of going from 1.3 trillion to 2.7 trillion, in my opinion, between now and December 15th. So let's backtrack again. How does that happen? It's got to be the layer ones and the metaverse. ETH versus Bitcoin. So tired of talking about it. So exhausting, which is exactly what happens right before something totally explodes. It wears you out. Everyone says, oh, you should hodl. Hodl is great. Yeah, but hodl is hard because you got to wait and wait and wait. Now, Ethereum versus Bitcoin starting to move, like really move, like big fat green candle. And this thing looks like ETH wants to go to either 6 or 8,000. And I think the only reason it's not there already is because the damn dollar won't stop going up. It won't stop going up. Now, AVAX. Oh my God. Back in 2017, Ethereum came out of nowhere with no killer dApps, and everyone saying there might not be ever a killer dApp, and it went from 250 to 1,500. Every single dip in this is being bought because I believe Avalanche could be the future of DeFi. In other words, DeFi is essentially going to depart, or traditional DeFi is going to depart from Ethereum, and it's going to wind up on a faster network along with NFTs and everything else. Solana may be over-owned. Not that we don't like Solana. We rode Solana from 40 to 200. But people have big, huge bags in Solana, and they may need to take profits. So can Avalanche go to 150? Oh, yeah. Can Avalanche go to 250? Oh, yeah. If Solana goes to 500, that could be a rally that has Avalanche overtake Solana. So if I was talking about Solana 500, only a higher power knows how high and how hard this thing can rally, because to me, this feels like ETH in 2017. Binance Coin, exchange coins in general, another underrated theme. Everyone's talking layer ones. It could be the exchange coins. Binance Coin goes straight down. A prior ceiling at 521 acts as support. Perfect. Okay. Right back up again. Resistance in this thing is 675. That was the old May high. And what have I been saying on this stream? All over the place. And it's working. It's worked all year. And I'm all over it. Buy dips underneath big resistance points, because what does the market do when it takes out the resistance? The candles are huge, huge green candles. So exchange tokens, which have been forgotten about, may be worth looking at. Speaking of that, looking at FTX, FTT, one of our research analysts pointing out that smart money was seen on a popular service for following Ethereum blockchain, buying FTX. The last time we saw this, we saw an explosion through 53 up to 84. Now, once again, what is FTX doing? FTT is consolidating where? Below resistance, right below 53. So, not investment advice, but if exchange tokens are about to explode, then it seems like a reasonable thing that yesterday could have been the dip, and that if FTT takes out 53, you either go with it or you get involved now with the stop below the recent lows. Again, risk reward favors birthday bold. Solana, support was at 180. That's cool, right? It went kind of sort of down there and bounced. That's cool. Okay. I think Solana, if you missed it and you got to have it, you can get involved with the stop below 180, right? Not investment advice, or you can hang out and wait and try to jump on a move in case it takes out 280. I think this is a trading play. This could be another Ethereum. It could be, right? Just because I'm all pumped up on AVAX doesn't mean I think this is, you just blow this off, right? I would prefer to see this thing prove itself before I start talking about it doing what ETH did in 2017. But again, if we're adding $1 trillion or more to total crypto market cap, Solana obviously is going to participate. So yes, this may not be the perfect trade, but don't talk yourself out of it, or any trade at this time just because it's up, as long as it's either got a decent token metrics ranking or it's an obvious blue chip. Now, near possibly a next blue chip in the layer one sector. Support was at 9.2. I talked about this. They couldn't take it down there, and then they did. And what did they do? Kind of exactly, predictably, what I was talking about, which was flush everybody below the support point, okay, at 9.2, but not down to the juicy zone at 8. So they were down there. They wiped everyone out, and then they brought it back above 9.2. So this almost feels like a buy a breakout, because it went through the support and then back above it. So the extent to which this thing, this thing went from 2 to 12, so it can do another 1x, because that's just how I'm doing the math these days, folks. That's just how I'm doing the math. If it did a 1x, it can do another 1x. If it did a 6X, it can still do a 2X. Should you be like, oh, I missed the 6X, therefore I'm going to not do the trade? No, 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 no. All right. Polkadot. Oh, thank God I don't have to worry about Polkadot going to 27. I thought it was going to take out 58. As it turns out, it hits the 38% retracement of the recent up move. Again, technical perfection. Okay. And then bounces. Nobody wants to sell Polkadot. Catalysts are coming with the parachain auctions. Web3 is going to be on the front page of the New York Times by the 1st of next year. So, Polkadot, the market's going up. This is going to be a leader. The graph. Now, this goes back to frustrating altcoins. This thing is based. This thing has rallied. This thing has faked everyone out. There's upside here. Big venture capitalists own this. And if there's a way to maybe play DeFi without maybe getting involved in some of the DeFi 1.0 tokens, it might be the graph. It might be the sleeper play in here. Yeah, I said that before, but it's probably a better buy at $1 looking at stochastics than it was. It looks very similar to the bottom it made back in midsummer. Those green candles with stochastics knifing up, same thing in early October. So the graph, something to look at. Now, right before I got on the air, I had somebody in our private group ask me, can you take a look at Elrond? And I'm like, oh my God, here it is again, right? Sitting on support or sitting on resistance, dancing around. You had 2 or 3 chances to grab this thing below the resistance at 310. And then, boom, big green candle, most likely 466 next. It's as simple as that, folks. This has been going on all through 2021. So keep hitting that like button. Keep subscribing because, folks, we are going to do altcoin overtime. We are not just going to do altcoin overtime. We are going to do a whole metaverse market update. So I'm going to just give you a minute to just, I don't know, just smash that like button, text your friend, tell them to get on YouTube or tell them to watch it later. Because, folks, this is the new style. And you're not going to get this anywhere else on YouTube. Because we're going to show you what our sponsor, tokenmetrics.com, can do in the hands of an analyst who is going to help you turn into an analyst, who then turns into a trader, who then makes money in crypto, right? Everybody else says, oh, well, we'll make money in crypto because you'll just do what we tell you to do. Well, folks, we'd be happy if you followed our guidance. That's what we're here for. But we want you to make money in the metaverse because this is the biggest trade since the internet trade in 1999. Yes, I know you may not have been born then, but I was there. I was a young guy in the market, and it was so unbelievable. I didn't understand it. And I swore that if I ever saw anything like this again, where they were going to create like a whole new world, I was going to get all over it. Yesterday, Jim Cramer, referring to the folly of electric car mania in the stock market, reminded everybody to take profits in electric cars because they're so overdone. It reminds him of the top of the dot-com bubble. Meanwhile, naturally, the equities audience, chasing the wrong thing, of course, is missing the metaverse trade, which is 1999 all over again. So with that, let's step in to how to chart the metaverse. So Decentraland goes from 50 cents to $4, and you're like, I missed it. I'm not doing the trade. And then all of a sudden, Decentraland starts to creep through a resistance at 337. What happens when people blow stuff off? The market shocks them. If we're adding $1 trillion to market cap between now in the middle of December, then coins like this, even though it's on Coinbase, yes, I know it's not maybe the exciting hot new thing. Maybe it's the more obvious metaverse trade, even though I think there is no such thing as the hot metaverse trade, at least in the sort of outside of crypto universe. People on Coinbase may not be aware that they're sitting on something that could go from 3 to 20. In other words, I'm drawing this purposefully using Fibonacci math to just use my imagination to say, what happens if it's a metaverse-driven alt season? The first DeFi alt season, the first alt season of the pandemic was driven by DeFi. It was just DeFi everywhere. So why can't it be metaverse everywhere? Uniswap came out at 8, went to 2, and then went from 2 to 20. Why can't Decentraland go from 3 to 20? And why wait? Why wait? Everyone's got to do the trade. Everyone's like, oh, I missed it. So let's do the trade. Okay, here is a close-up version of Mana. Again, consolidating below resistance at 337. Pounding the table on this to buy any dip you can, because once it breaks out, yeah, it gets a little bit more difficult. You have to figure out what kind of risk you can tolerate. I don't want you buying the top of a move and then coming back to me 2 years later if it doesn't work out and saying it went to zero. But I don't think that's going to happen because this is blue chip. So I remember being on a stream once with one of my colleagues, and normally we have to be careful. We don't want people FOMOing in at the top and then have something terrible happen, right? That's like the biggest mistake you can make in crypto YouTube. So with that said, don't get destroyed. Use a stop. But here's an idea. Take some risk. Risk on. Take some risk. They just killed it. The metaverse didn't even flinch. So where is Mana going to be with ETH at 6,000? Okay, now I'm applying this to all sorts of coins. Okay, Cube started at 2, went to 22. Okay, next resistance I'm showing is at 37. Why not go to 70? Why not go higher? Time to research this? Oh, yeah. I'm researching all of these coins. Okay, Sandbox. So this was the thing I pounded the table on about buy the dip. And I got 1 or 2 dips and I got lucky. The thing went straight up. But wait a minute. Did I get lucky or did I just use that experience that I got from that analyst, my boss? His initials were TP, right? He used to write this commentary. And I thought of him when I charted Sandbox. Okay, somebody on this stream, okay, actually, that was the person who I owe a debt of gratitude, because I was talking about the dip in Sandbox, and I was wondering if it could go to 2, and this person just came on and said, there's no way Sandbox is going to 2. There's no way. It's not happening. He said it in like 3 words, and I was like, oh my God. Sometimes analysts need help from other analysts and readers and viewers. And I was like, oh my God, it's on. I saw that comment. I'm like, it's going. And guess what? Sandbox went. Now, what's Sandbox doing today? Well, the metaverse is smoking, but because Sandbox had been underperforming, it's taking a break. It's dipping. Where's it dipping to? Oh, I don't know. Close back to support, maybe 344, 371. You get the dip in Sandbox. Do I even have to say it? Right? Big cap coins, right? Theta was number 5 market cap. Chainlink, Compound, back in the day, these coins went so high, they broke into the top 10. I mean, anything that can be done by SHIB and Doge can be done by this metaverse coins because they're the future of the internet. Now, speaking of the future of the internet, while I got the Sandbox chart going, did you happen to notice the gentleman who run Gemini, who previously battled Mark Zuckerberg over the future of Facebook, just invested $400 million to make sure Facebook doesn't own the metaverse? Previously, I referred to an article in NPR about the metaverse, and everyone is already talking about who's going to own it. Well, you already know the answer to that. No one's going to own it. It's going to be decentralized. So legacy and traditional media already know that they don't want the future of the internet controlled by some tech company. So indirectly, they're saying we want this to be decentralized. Well, guess what, folks? So do we. And the trade just started. By the time they figure out that the metaverse is inside the cryptoverse, this stuff's all going to 10x. Everyone's like, where's the next 10x trade in crypto? Oh, in any metaverse coin highly ranked by tokenmetrics.com, that's where it is. Okay, drawing Sandbox a different way. If Sandbox can hold itself above 425, 425 may be the level, right? The level where it maybe dips and consolidates below, right? That's the trick. That's the trick, right? Get it below 425, dip, dip, dip. And if Sandbox goes, if that's the key word, 885 is next, and it could go a lot higher than that. Because I can draw and use my imagination, non-investment advice, to say if this thing breaks out and we're going to add 1 or 2 trillion to market cap, then Decentraland and Sandbox have to be the blue chip leaders like Bitcoin and Ethereum. Do you know how many times on live streams when we used to do a lot more, heavy Q&A, that people would call in and say, oh, Ampleforth just came out, and that's the next Bitcoin. Everyone's always asking us, what's the next Bitcoin? What's the next Ethereum? I don't know. How about Decentraland and Sandbox? How about it? Okay, RNDR, render, from 1 to 6. From 1 to 6 on a rope. Okay, I researched this. I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, but this is sort of like almost like technology, data collection, and cloud storage potentially for the metaverse. Now, if I'm wrong, I'm sure I'll see it in the comments, but this was a highly ranked coin by tokenmetrics.com. That's how I found it. Now, is this something I would FOMO into today? I don't think so. I'd wait to see how it trades up at 5.6. But this is an example of what can happen if you catch these coins early. And I would imagine this metaverse trade is probably going to spill over into the NFT tokens. Oh, by the way, on tokenmetrics.com, you can sort the tokens on the ratings page. You can say, show me all the metaverse tokens on Binance. Okay. We also have indices. Okay. So we take portfolio mathematics and we group the highly rated coins and we make it a portfolio to make some of the work easier. Looky, the Kraken Daily Index, Avagochi, Engine, Decentraland, and Sandbox. So not only am I on it, but our AI just got on it. And our AI was on Solana at 40. So an RAI is very good at catching momentum trades. Yeah, if there's a correction, sometimes you get hosed, you buy the top. That's always a risk. There's always a risk to the view. I could do this for an hour and a half, and the thing you have to remember, there's always a risk to the view. By the way, brief interruption, please hit the like button. Give a shout out to the gentlemen who do all the math that makes this happen. I know the guys who do it. Okay. The head guy is a genius, literally. Used to manage a hedge fund that was just so big, it defies words. Okay. This looks like a pie graph. A lot of math goes into it. And I'm grateful for those guys because it makes my job easier. And what is my job? My job is to help you. And your job is to make money in crypto because that's what you're here for. Now, speaking of our sponsor, tokenmetrics.com, you stick a credit card in, you go and click the metaverse button on the filter, and you can filter it by exchange, or you can just say, give me all the top ranked metaverse coins. The rankings are on the left in green under what's called TM grade. That is a combination of TA and MBA style mathematics put together by an artificial intelligence engine that learns as the market moves. So it's getting smarter, okay? And when it's on a momentum trade, so look at the names: Render, Vulcan, Senso, Starlink, okay? Yield Guild Games, okay? All of these names, back to it, okay? Look at the market caps on the far right. So go to the far right column: 693 million, 893 million. These are not gigantic coins yet. Sandbox may be somewhere, I don't know, maybe around 2 or 3 billion. How much is SHIB worth? Think about it. Infinity, looking for a breakout above 162. Okay. It went from 80 to 220. There was a lot of hype on this when it came out. Don't doubt what these things can do, because this is the other concept I've seen all year. This, like, it'll rush up to resistance, look like it's breaking out, fail colossally, make everyone give up, and then it turns around and goes higher. Okay, IQN. Wow, 160 to 320 on a rope. Now, what makes this interesting is that it's at the recent highs from back in May. Okay, and every single coin that we have looked at that you would think would stop right at the top back in May has consolidated and blown through it. Now, whatever's going on in IQN looks like it could continue to go on, because if they break resistance, it could be off to the races. So I want to be birthday bold, but I don't want to be stupid. If there are dips in this thing, it looks like every dip is getting bought. And again, if you develop a metaverse portfolio, which is something that I've sort of not been talking about, which I will talk about continually through this portion of the stream. If you've got a portfolio and you see these moon coins, don't make the moon coins all of your portfolio. They're like 10, 15%, right? Vulcan Forged. Okay, exact copy of what I'm talking about. Consolidation below 19, headed for 30. Again, found all of this and then did the chart work, tokenmetrics.com. Okay, if every metaverse coin acts like this, it is all going, as in the market, as in the metaverse, is all going much, much higher. Okay, Wilder World breaks out, hits 3.2, goes straight to 6. It'll probably consolidate below 6. And then, you know, if we get the same type of price action, right? So don't just FOMO in because it's a green candle. Ask yourself, are we getting the price action that has worked all year? If this thing goes above 6 and then sits below 6, what do you think is going to happen? Well, if it turns around and takes off, the next level above the market is 9. Alice, as in Alice in the metaverse, potentially. Possible move to 28. Possible, right? You never know what can happen in these smaller metaverse coins. Okay, GHST coming off support at 225, possibly starting to accelerate. Sellers are in charge here. They are taking profits, but when they run out of ammo, if the whole space takes off, use your imagination. Use your imagination on all of these coins. Illuvium, okay? Big cap coins. Remember what we were talking about? Remember when Elrond took off? Big cap coins can also do a 1x from here. We caught Illuvium around 400 when it first came out. Our fundamental guys and our analysts. Is this trade over? Frankly, I doubt it. Not investment advice, but if it holds on that support near 1,009, $1,600 or $2,400 is possible. Don't doubt that the big can get bigger and the small can get big as well. Okay? Big can get bigger, especially if we're adding $1 trillion to market cap. It'd be really funny if that was almost all metaverse, ETH, and maybe some layer ones. Or wouldn't it be funny if money came out of DeFi coins into the metaverse? In other words, think about it. What happens if all of the money in crypto piles into the metaverse? Now, continuing on this Illuvium chart, let me ask you this. What do you think happens when every hedge fund in crypto who thinks they're packing their bags to go home, which when this thing was correcting, I don't think I would have blamed them if they cashed out and left. And then I was like, oh my God, wait a minute. Thank God this is a daily show, because guess what? They all took profits. They all got out of Bitcoin. They all got out of Solana. But do they have the metaverse? What happens if everyone's headed home for the holidays and this thing takes off and these hedge funds are not in the office? Their cell phones are going to ring and be like, dude, Sandbox just leaked over Sheeb and Doge. I think we should get involved. That's why I think you should get involved now, because I don't blame people for taking profits in big trades. But at the same time, little guys, that's me, you, the Token Metrics customer base, retail, people who need a roadmap, people who need to make money in crypto, we want to get you out in front of these hedge funds so that you've got the position when the 800-pound gorillas come piling in. Engine Coin, another big cap, hanging out below 290, right? Classic. Hangs around, dips, super annoying for like 10 or 11 days. Takes out 370. I think 6 is possible. What's the point, though? What's the point? Patience paid off. If you have to sit while these things consolidate, that's good. And you may also have to move fast. You may have to know what the difference is. That's why you need tokenmetrics.com. And that's why you should be hitting the like and subscribe button to make sure our videos, okay, our live streams, okay, our market updates hit your feed. Do you be patient? Do you FOMO in? Right? How do you play it? We're going to break it down by coin. Okay, Starlink, interesting. Went to resistance, came back to a prior ceiling that's now acting as support. What do you think would happen if this thing just took off and did what Sheeb did? Every time I look at a metaverse coin, I say, what happens if it does what Sheeb did? And a lot of these coins, they look a lot like Synthetics did way back in the day when some of our rating systems first came out. What did Synthetics look like? It was like up and sideways. So there was like a move from 50 cents to $4 and it just sat. Polkadot was the same way. A lot of these metaverse coins that have not yet moved, they all look like that. So yeah, this was a big percentage move. You may have missed it, but if you haven't, there's an opportunity to get in now just below resistance. Okay, Gala took out support at 17 cents. People taking profits. So it's kind of like right in the middle. 35 cents and 55 cents are levels above the market. People are taking profits in these coins. I don't blame them. It goes, you get a 2.5x. You're a trader. You take profits. But what did I say back in the beginning of the stream? What were the lessons from earlier in my career? Sellers, okay, sellers who are traders give investors opportunities to get in. So as people take profits, if you see it run up, wick up, and then come back down, I think in the metaverse, that's an opportunity. That's an opportunity. And in a lot of these coins, in some ways, they're doing you a favor because they went up so much. You've actually got profit takers. You've actually got dips to get involved. You don't have to FOMO in to every single coin every single day. You can watch tokenmetrics.com ratings page, watch this stream, okay, and get your ideas, take some risk, and do so responsibly. Epic, okay? Resistance at, roughly 85 cents or roughly 89 cents. Now, what am I going to say? What's worked in 2021? Grabbing things on consolidations below big resistance points. I also just noticed that this thing has come back to a prior ceiling, probably around 72 cents. Okay. If this thing broke out, it could go to $1.90 or $3. Now, I'm a technical analyst. I get it. Analysts and traders work together. So when I draw this, real money is not being bet here. Okay. But it can help a trader who has to figure out how to take risk to say, okay, is it too late in this coin? Can I still get involved? Can I get involved here below 89 cents and wonder if I can hold it, not get stopped out, and have it move to $3? Because I'm telling you right now, folks, if this theme plays out, and as I'm sure you can tell with the theme of birthday bold, that I'm not backing off this theme. I am going to pound the table until I'm wrong. In other words, I'm either going to be right and this thing is going to absolutely take off. It's going to be the Bitcoin 2017 of this year. And I'm going to say that and talk about that until I have to come on the stream and say either I'm wrong or, hey, everybody, we made money. Stay with Token Metrics. Take your money. Happy holidays and go home. Okay, but this trade, in my mind, has only started, and Epic gives you a very classic picture, right? It's the classic picture. Okay, Ecomi, same thing, right? Consolidating just below resistance. Now, not a pure metaverse play, I don't think, but I like this idea of stuff consolidating just below resistance, okay, with the market breaking out. Every time I give you a coin, if you've got a Token Metrics account, all you got to do is type the ticker in. You can see all the Token Metrics grades. You can click on the website for the coin, and it takes you right there, okay? So you can get technical information, ratings, rankings, and you can research the coin right there, okay? RMRK. Wow, consolidating just below 31. Now, I know, huge 4x move from 8 to 32 during the month of November. So, okay, yeah, this is pretty stretched out. But if it went to the next technical level at 49, I don't think anybody would say, oh, yeah, I don't want that. I don't want a 60% return. Sure you do. Sure you do. Okay. Any of these coins that you see consolidating like this, or if you use our site, any coins that pop up in the rankings. So if there's something that hopped above RMRK in the ratings, it's something to take note of. And momentum is building in this sector. Like, can you tell, looking at this chart, that the market fell apart over the last couple days? No. It looks like a blip. Okay. Sol, Phantasm, same thing. Goes up to 236, backs off. Okay. Is it going to go to 117? Maybe. Or is this a huge opportunity to grab it below 236 for a move to 375? It's not investment advice, but if you've watched this whole talk, thank you for tuning in. But you get what I'm saying, right? If it dips below resistance and it's a mega trend, well, let's go with it. Let's go with it. Okay. NIF, same thing. Okay. Consolidating below a fib point near 63. So yes, this has done a 3x. It's done a 3x. People are taking profits. Easy money got made. Early birds in the metaverse made money. Does that mean you can't make money? No. If this turns into a mega trend, I have given you this whole list of altcoins. Where on YouTube are you going to get a list of altcoins that could become a watch list in TradingView that you practically got to scroll through. Okay. Wax, NFT play. Okay. I heard about this at Bitcoin Miami when it was like at 10 cents. It's now at 73 cents. And if this NFT narrative goes along with the metaverse, there is going to be a monster move in not only exchange tokens, like even Pancake Swap, right? But also in the NFT marketplaces, Wax could be one of those trades. Okay. Go with the Mo until proven wrong. Go with momentum. Try to get involved on consolidations. You know, as they say, if I'm wrong, I'll lose money. I'll lose money. I'm on TV every day. You know, I take risk. And I'm looking at Wax and I'm like, okay, well, maybe this is over, but maybe this is just going to moon along with everything else. What happens if we add $1 trillion to market cap, and that's exchange tokens, metaverse, and NFT altcoins? First move was in the NFTs themselves, everyone buying profile pictures. Maybe not. Yeah, I mean, if you did Bored Ape, you won. If you did ETH Rocks, you won. But what about the NFTs that are going to wind up in the metaverse? They may wind up being issued on different platforms. Also, people may also consider art as important, not just whether or not it's cool or trendy that week, because I'm guessing a lot of that stuff went to zero. So Wax is a good excuse to talk about NFT marketplaces, which we will be bringing you in future streams. Tribe 1. Okay, first it consolidated below resistance at 36 cents. Then it's consolidating above it with a nice green candle today. By now, this should be getting boring, almost, except if it wasn't the biggest trend since the internet. Okay, you consolidate below, you break out, you go sideways, and then it goes. Because if ETH goes to 8,000, where is this coin? Where is all of these coins? And yes, now we are actually going to have an additional altcoin over time. So that's a break to help me take a deep breath, help you grab all your mobile devices and hit the like button, call your friends, tell them that this is where to be to make money in crypto. We give you a roadmap to make money in crypto. Why? Because you need to. I went to the grocery store this morning and I asked the lady, are people complaining about the price of food? They're like, nah, people are just resigned to the fact that they have to pay it. Do you want to be resigned to the fact that you may have to be poor? You've heard this snide stuff on Twitter, right? Where people who make money in crypto call their normie friends and say, good luck being poor. You know what? I don't like to talk like that. We want to help you make money in crypto. So this is the altcoin overtime encore. DYDX is back. Oh my God. I thought this was like going to go to zero. I was like, wow, the 62% retracements there at 12. You know, just because I have charts and just because, you know, I'm over the age of 30 and I've been around, that doesn't mean this crypto market doesn't scare the daylights out of me when it cracks. You're not the only one who goes, oh my God, holy shit. But DYDX holds at 12. Anybody who took the risk and bought it on that chart point, okay, nice green candle engulfing the last 2 days. What happens if big speculation comes back into the market? Where's DYDX going to be if ETH is at 6,000? I'm guessing a derivatives exchange token, okay, is going to be much higher. Perp. Oh my God. Perp is so annoying. It goes to 24 and then comes back down to 14. 14, huge fib support, been tested I don't know how many times, but huge staking yield on this. Great technology for trading derivatives. Lower fees, no gas because it moves on the XDAI blockchain. We have been all over this for a while. You've earned great yields by staking it, and stochastics are turning up from very low levels. What does that mean? That's the squiggly line on the bottom of the chart. That means momentum is switching from the bears having control because they've had control for a little bit too long. I'm putting a story to the graph. The bears have had control for a little bit too long, a little bit out of hand. Now it's time for the bulls to come back and take over. Not just perp, but in this whole market. I think perp is so annoying, and it has been in the past. Perp went to 4, and then it went to 24. Okay, back in the summer. And now perp can just be so annoying, and I think it's been annoying enough that it can actually take off and go back to 25. Okay, Olympus. Okay, a lot of people getting involved in this. 763 looks like an interesting chart point. It may not be the best for TA, the best coin to do TA on, but I think 763 is still a navigation point that I would watch. 1440 is the level up top. They couldn't get there the first time. So, however this works, if there's another up move, 1440 could be it. Again, may not be the best candidate for TA, but there's so many people involved. The SEC is after Uniswap and DeFi 1.0. I don't think they can do much damage except to drive everybody in crypto to DeFi 2.0, which Olympus, Wonderland Money, Time, etc. are all a part of. DeFi 2.0 is very hard to understand, which means you can probably make a lot of money doing it because DeFi 1.0 was very difficult to understand back in the day. Think about it. All these themes percolating up from above. Now, this stuff is risky. You get paid to take the risk. So let me say this, not loud and clear, not investment advice on Olympus or Wonderland, but the navigation and the theme of DeFi leaving where the SEC can get to it with the tax bill and money moving over into what's hot so that money can be made now before any regulatory hammer comes down, or money flows into something that's not DeFi related, that's more along the lines of the traditional internet. So Olympus represents a lot. It represents a movement to something new, something very techy, okay? And I think it's actually tied in with the metaverse in terms of investment themes. Now, speaking of investment themes, this is called correcting yourself. Pancake Swap first comes out. I'm like, oh my God, really? You know, we're going to trade altcoins on some centralized casino decks? Really? Oh no. But wait a minute. This is what I said a long time ago, and I went back to this and I'm like, wait a minute. What happens? There's no question about it. Crypto takes everything to excess, right? I understand metaverse coins are being launched without websites, without white papers. Of course, there's going to be excess. You can laugh about it as long as you're not caught in it, as long as you own the right stuff. But I'm wondering if you can't figure out how to play all this new metaverse stuff that comes out, which may or may not be worth investing in, probably not. You're better off with the stuff that's ranked on tokenmetrics.com or stuff that our fundamental guys like. What happens if the token for Pancake Swap becomes like the casino of choice for betting on the next leg of the metaverse? I mean, this thing went to 45 and then it went to 12, and they just absolutely smashed it to a Gann line at 15, and that Gann line has held 3 other times. So we talked about Binance. We talked about FTX, right? We talked about the exchange coins. Crypto.com was smoking higher. And I'm wondering if Pancake Swap, the coin, is a way to get involved in the next alt season before the next alt season fully kicks into gear. Brief reminder, $5 trillion sitting on the sidelines. Yes, I am a human being. I want to be birthday bold today. And when I think birthday bold, I think about where is that $5 trillion going to go? Where's it going to go? What are people going to do when they discover the metaverse? We're just figuring it out now. All the analysts, all the traders, right? I mean, stuff 3Xs because people suddenly go, oh my God, and they wake up. What happens when $5 trillion wakes up and discovers the metaverse? Trader Joe, back to Avalanche. What happens if Trader Joe becomes the next Uniswap? Well, I got creative with my Fibonacci extension work. How about Trader Joe at 11? It's currently trading at 325. Missed Uniswap? Missed DeFi 1.0? What happens if they're doing it all again on Avalanche, a decentralized platform with almost no fees, and this Trader Joe coin or this Trader Joe project is like a one-stop shop? And I'll never forget the look on the guy's face, the token metrics analyst who presented this, when he showed the one-stop shopness of Trader Joe, the guy's face lit up, big smile on his face. I'm like, oh my God. I didn't need to understand every single thing he said because he's a smart guy. We've got a lot of smart people at Token Metrics. But what I can do is take that information, take the AVAX price action, add a little imagination, and have you wonder when you get off this call, Trader Joe at 3, buy it or sell it. I leave it up to you. Casper, yes, this is another possible late bull market theme. Buying coins that have been destroyed. Have people given up in Casper? Have the tax loss sellers done their thing? What happens if the stuff that's been destroyed rallies hard all at once? So if I was holding Casper, I might be inclined to wait it out. Your accountant's going to tell you to take the loss. But then again, if everybody's accountant says take the loss, who's left to sell when it goes up? If all the buyers sold, who's going to sell to new buyers? Nobody. That's how things move. So I don't want to be ridiculous in Casper, but I don't want to blow off the idea that stuff that's been underappreciated, destroyed, or left for dead that still has some quality or a narrative behind it. So not stuff that's dead with no narrative, but if it's dead and it has a narrative or it had a case when it came out, I mean, the FOMO when this thing came out was unbelievable. And the destruction was equally unbelievable. It was almost like you got to live 2017 and 2018. As a matter of fact, anybody who wants to know what a bear market looks like or feels like or goes, ooh, I can't wait for the bear market so I can buy. Take a look at this chart. Ask anybody who's got Casper. Bear markets are not fun. You get destroyed, and then you have to just sit there destroyed. Now, on a much brighter note, don't underestimate how high some of these destroyed coins can go. One or two of them is going to be a winner. Do I know if Casper's the winner? I don't know. But the chart was worth looking at. Friends, that is birthday bold. That is your market update. All right, let's take a look at the comments. EGLD, yes, breaking out, 466 possible. Okay. All right, happy birthday from Greece, Momo. I appreciate that. All right, friends. That was a long-winded market update. Friends, stay with us. The time of this is going to be adjusted, I believe, Watch us on YouTube. The recordings of the market update are on YouTube. We are about to make a huge push to keep everything on YouTube fresh. Okay? Fresh, starting with the market update Monday through Friday. So tune in, subscribe to our channel. If you want to make money in crypto, if you need a roadmap, our sponsor, tokenmetrics.com, will help you get there. Think Metaverse, think Token Metrics. This is Bill Noble from Token Metrics. We will see you next week.